Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Monday morning Mailbox Power Mastermind call, where we all learn from each other. This, as we've said before, is not the Mike and Brenda show. We're just here to facilitate because we learn from all of you. And we always like to start the week with Mailbox Power wins. And so if there's any wins, we would love to hear them right now. Any wins this past week? No? Well, it was Thanksgiving week, so people probably took time off. You might have taken time off from your business, and other businesses have taken time off to spend with their family. And I can promise you that they are all now thinking in their heads, oh, you know what? The holidays are around the corner because, as we all know, Thanksgiving is that time when people start to think of Christmas and the holidays. So if you've been procrastinating yourself, getting your holiday cards out, or you haven't been talking about Mailbox Power and the capabilities that we have this holiday season, you are missing out. I don't remember the statistics. I bet I could probably pull it up on my phone pretty quick, but I did a presentation this time of year. If I do a presentation, I generally do the statistics of how much mail and how much people spend this time of year on gifts. And it is insane. This is our busy season. And if it's not your busy season in your Mailbox Power business, you're doing something wrong, because this is what should fuel your business for the entire year. Because if you do it right, and granted, I have people that will just come on to do holiday cards. But if you allow people to do holiday cards every year and come back and say, oh, is it too late? I've had like 4 people reach out to me and say, is it too late to send holiday cards? I'm like, no, we ship the very next business day. Well, is it too late to do gifts? No, we ship the next business day. So Kathy did post over the weekend, I think it was, that the cutoff, according to the post office, is December 13th for sending within the US. Obviously, if you're shipping, as Kathy does, to Canada, or others are shipping to Canada, or if you have a military background like a few of us and have friends and family overseas, then you need to get those in the mail right away, because it does take time to do international mail. But we have plenty of time. And so many people, I think they think I'm joking when I say a commercial. Literally, you can have all of your holiday cards and gifts done in under an hour. Now, there's a caveat to that. If you are an indecisive business person that cannot make up their mind what to send and can't be coached to say, hey, I have a $10 budget or a $20 budget, or I have a $30 budget, and let the people in front of me, the Mailbox Power people in front of me, coach them and say, oh, you want to spend $30? I would recommend either this package or this package. And oh, by the way, if your client says, my budget is $30, please, and I know there's a few real estate agents on, and I do not want to offend anybody, but please do not be like the majority of real estate agents in my life that I have had, that you say you want to spend $250,000 on a house, and they're like, oh, well, that really means you could spend $300. No, $30 means $30, and that's with shipping. I can promise you, I've done this long enough. If they say their budget is $30, most likely that's with shipping. You can prompt that with, great, $30. Does that include shipping or not including shipping? And if they say, no, that needs to be all said and done with the shipping, then great. Now you have a little bit of work to do to figure out what the average. For me, I do based on Colorado Springs. So I go in, just like I did those holiday packages. If you remember correctly, there is a document out there. And of course, we have the holiday gift guide, but the holiday gift guide doesn't do it with shipping. The guide that I did, now it was mostly Thanksgiving because I recommend Thanksgiving, but it's easy to tweak that to Christmas. It showed shipping to Colorado and shipping to the East Coast so that you would have an idea with shipping how much that would cost your client. But if you're in Pennsylvania or you're in Texas or California, and that's where the majority of their clients are, do yourself a favor. Just go put a few things in the cart and say, will this be $30 with the shipping? And if it's $30 to your house, you can bet that it's $30 or less, most likely, to anybody in that area, because the post office does it by zones. It's not, oh, gee, in Colorado Springs, I'm going to charge the most for this zip code right here. It's pretty much the same cost if you're sending to Colorado Springs. So I would like to hear, I know there weren't any wins, but has anybody had anybody yet come to them and have you shipped out holiday cards for any of your clients yet? And what were some of the ideas that you came up with if it was gifting? Nobody's sent any holiday cards and gifts yet.
I have.
Yay. Alan.
All of my
go ahead.
Canada and international cards have already gone.
Of course they have, because Kathy's on top of it. I was just saying, Kathy posted the 13th of December is the drop dead date for the most part.
Yeah.
According to the post office.
Yeah. That's for the US.
Yeah. I happen to know that I've sent things out for clients as late as the 17th or 18th, and it's gotten there. But it also depends on where you are. I'm in Colorado, so I'm not that far from Utah. You might have a little bit more of a problem if you're on the East Coast. Alan.
Yeah, it's just to be sure. I just don't trust the USPS right now, so
yeah, well,
I give it lots of time.
Yeah. Alan.
Before Thanksgiving, I mailed the Christmas design, the red card. Yeah, I think you get more bang from your buck by sending at Thanksgiving time than Christmas time, in my language. But I chose the Christmas design. I included a pen with their name on it, of course. And I've gotten like 9 emails.
Nice.
The 38 or 40 clients that I sent to. So yeah, and I got it done early, and now I'm just starting to review our personal holiday list to get that in the works.
So, and you said you like sending them early, but you did pick a holiday design versus a Thanksgiving. Can I let you
resonated with me, Brenda, and the verbiage that was already there.
Yeah.
Just one of those moments, that's the card.
Yep. No, I completely get it. But other than, okay, so let's talk as a Mailbox Power family of affiliates, okay? I recommend sending Thanksgiving cards to clients, but I even more so recommend Thanksgiving or very early holiday cards for you. Can anybody tell me why? Nanette.
People get so overwhelmed with Christmas that their Christmas cards just sit on the shelf, even unopened, until mid-January. And then they've kind of lost their oomph.
Yep.
I sent out probably 80, just kind of thank you for and thinking of you cards before Thanksgiving. And I've had people come up to me going, thank you for the card. It was so nice to hear from you. So probably would not have received that much feedback if I had just done Christmas cards. But that still gives me an opportunity to catch up with the people that were not on that first list, to send Christmas cards or just thinking of you or something else a little bit different.
Exactly. But I'm keying into something else that Alan already said. Kimberly.
I'm designing a New Year's card and I'm using the key, and the messaging is, you're a key part of my new year.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nice.
I love that.
I love that.
But I'm also, you're missing what Alan said.
Say it again, Alan.
Alan said he's had 8 or 9
yeah.
people already reach out to him. What business are we in?
We're in the reach out business.
We are in the greeting card and gifting business. And if you get yours out early, it reminds people. If you are, and this is just me, and yes, it is somewhat marketing, but if you wait to send holiday cards or New Year's cards, you've missed the boat.
Yep.
Because now all of the people you've sent those holiday cards to and gifts to are like, oh, it's too late. I'll do that next year.
Great.
Yep.
So I love the idea, Kimberly, and I love the New Year's and the key idea. But what I would do when you are in this business is I would make sure that you send out now, obviously it's a little late, but Thanksgiving cards or Halloween cards, something early that makes your clients think, oh yeah, I've got to get that done. Because otherwise you're missing out. You're missing out on a key opportunity. Last I checked, you are all on this call in the morning on Monday mornings because you want to grow your Mailbox Power business. If you are not here to grow your Mailbox Power business, welcome. But the whole point of this call is, how do we grow our businesses? So I'm trying to teach you. And so many people, it falls on deaf ears every year, whether they're Mailbox Power people or others, because even somebody in the promotional products business or laser engraving business, or think of all of the businesses that you support, that this is their busiest time of year. Well, if they wait to send holiday cards, Christmas cards, and New Year's cards, guess what? They also missed out on business. So there's more than one reason why Thanksgiving is all about giving thanks. And I truly believe that's the best time of year for all businesses to reach out. But if you are a business that gets the majority of their business in the fourth quarter of the year, you might want to be a little strategic about your gifting.
I got a quick question.
Sure.
Obviously you don't want to, if you're sending out a Thanksgiving card or a Christmas card, you don't want to mention, oh, by the way, I do Christmas cards or Thanksgiving card.
Nope.
But do we have a standard postcard follow-up? Something that's anybody's design, says never too late, that we can follow up, right? I mean, you could set up a program where you send out the cards and 5 days later you send out the postcards.
Exactly.
Reminding people. And I didn't know if we had some standard artwork, or do we need to, because I think if you say it's never too late, which it is too late sometimes. But
I don't know if we have one out there saying it's never too late. I will look and see, but there are plenty of advertising, like we've put some out there advertising postcards, and you could just change the verbiage on them to say it's not too late. So there is stuff out there that could be tweaked. I know, I think there used to be one out there. I don't know if I've seen one recently that says it's not too late. I have done graphics on Facebook that say it's not too late, but I don't know that we've ever done one that's a card or a postcard. So I'll have to look and see, Mike, and I don't know if anybody else has.
If anybody has, and they can put it up on the
Yep.
Facebook page. I gotta get something designed up pretty quick, from that standpoint. And I'm also wondering, besides just utilizing, what are other people doing right now with, are you finding social media actually works and being out here and promoting it? What are is there anybody that's done some promotions that is really seems to attract? It sounds like, I can't remember who had the 9 emails, but anytime you can get somebody to actually respond to you, that says there's intent somewhere in there and
Yep.
somebody's interested. And so I was just curious, besides just mailing with Mailbox Power, what other people have done. I'm considering making sure this year that everybody that I have on a birthday program, that I look on the homepage, see who I'm sending out a birthday to, and not only send them the card, but also pick up the phone and call them.
Yep.
Say happy birthday or something along that line. But a lot of times it's just opening up the conversation, and people get a birthday card and they're happy and everything else, but they still don't respond to it.
And that's because people get busy. It's not that they don't appreciate the birthday card, but I know I'll be the first one to admit that a pile, because I happen to be in a great community of people that send cards, so I tend to get a lot. I'm not your typical person who gets birthday cards, which gets only a few. So I know that I am lax at times with letting people know, thank you for the birthday card or thank you for the birthday package, because I get so many. And I have great intentions, but I got 2 grandkids and life gets a little busy around here. So I try to remember. And the reason why I say I know people appreciate the cards, even if you don't get a response right away, is I will have people, when something comes back to me, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, and I'll do frowny face, I got your birthday card back, or I got your holiday card back. Can you please update your address, and send them the updated link? And they're like, yeah, please don't take me out of your database. I love the cards I get from you. They just don't necessarily tell you when they get the card. So they are making an impact. And I've had people, and I've said this before in past years, I've had people that have gotten holiday cards or birthday cards from me for years and years. And then it hits them at the right time and they reach out to me and say, oh, you know what? I really need to do my holiday cards this year with you. When can we get together? So they don't go on deaf ears. And I was reading a post by Steve Angeline, and it works even with FSBOs and expireds. He talked about FSBOs that he has to mail for 7 to 9 months before he gets a response. And he has to mail a lot in order to get that response. But the results of that one FSBO listing more than pays for everything else. So you just have to evaluate, and it takes being in front of people multiple times. And
Well, I know, and it's 8 to 12 times that you need to reach out to people. But the thing and one of the things I'm doing too is utilizing that the link to, I'm asking people right now just to take a look at, I'm sending out, I've set up a template. I'm sending out emails to people with that link in there. Please update your, your information with me. Oh, by the way, and a lot of times I don't have their birthday for whatever reason. And I say, hey, I'd love to send out a sweet treat to you, for your birthday or what have you. And it's interesting. I am getting quite a bit of, response from that. And sometimes I'll pick up the phone, but I think one of the things we do is we forget that your list is that little vein of gold that, and it's not just sending out cards, it's picking up the phone and calling them and maybe
Agree.
sending them an email, maybe sending them a message on Facebook or what have
Or a
however
text message.
text message or whatever it might be. And so it really makes a difference, but you just can't be sending out cards.
Agree. You want to use multi-channel. What was sorry, I'm going through the chats. I was trying to see if I missed anything. Okay. Nope, I don't think so. Lulu.
Well, going back to what you were saying, Mike, sending the cards, don't be attached to the outcome, because I can't tell you when I'll run into somebody somewhere and they'll say, oh my God, I forgot to tell, I've been meaning to call you to let you know, thank you for the card and whatever. So yes, these are I say they were like the goodwill ambassadors for our businesses. And it's just another tool in the tool belt for any business. It's not the only avenue. It's not the be all end all. So when I'm talking about Mailbox Power to somebody, I try to talk to them, find out what else are you doing? Is this maybe the missing piece in your marketing plan? And that's how I talk about it. But you keep sending cards, and then somebody put in the chat, it gives you the right, if you're sending cards,
Yep.
It kind of gives you the right to be able to talk to them about what are you doing for your marketing? Are you doing something like this? You've been getting cards from me. But I just send them, and I tell people when I'm signing them up, just send them out. You're putting that goodwill out in the world, and these do the talking for you in a lot of cases. That's my 2 cents.
Awesome. Hey, Teresa, I know Mike asked about, is anybody doing anything on social media and having any success? And I happen to know that, I don't know if you're getting huge success, but I do know that you get some success from your posting on social media. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So yeah, I do get a few customers every month from my social media posts. And I believe the reason for that is that I'm not just talking about Mailbox Power. I talk about direct mail marketing for direct to door success. And so it's not always about, check out Mailbox Power or come see our gifts or come see our cards. It's something direct mail marketing related. And then every now and then, maybe 2-3 times a week, I'll slip something in to check out, if you want to know what I'm doing, slide into my DMs or whatever. But what I try to do is provide value. And to your point also, Brenda, is, it's not, cards are not the silver bullet, right? We have to have that multi-channel approach. And I think what happens is when we share that our way is not just the way, right? Then it gives us more credibility.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, I'm glad you brought that up, Teresa, because I do, even when I'm in my networking groups in my BNI, I say we are not the end all be all. I just know that we're the secret sauce that makes all the rest of the marketing work. So
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautifully said, Brenda. And the other thing I like to do is I also share testimonials. So I like to get testimonials from my clients, and actually I'm going to share one this week. But those always help as well. And then it drives people to be curious, right? And that's what we want. Say, hey, I want to know what they're doing, or what have you helped them with? And instead of, excuse the expression, vomiting all over them about Mailbox Power.
Yeah.
And to Lulu's, she made a really great point about just sending the cards. And I always tell people, you know, divorce the outcome, marry the process. And it's all about the process. It's all about being consistent. You know, there's something to be said for consistency.
You know, and I want to bring up something. Lulu, did you have something you wanted to add?
Oh, my hand is still up, but I actually will just say one more thing. I really believe also in promoting other people that we're out networking with no agenda. And I've been doing that. I'm not as advanced as you on making videos and all that. I'm not quite comfortable. It's a goal, but I'm not there yet. But I will take pictures with people when I'm out networking and promote their business. And it just gives you more credibility because you're not just promoting yourself everywhere you go on social media. So I do
Exactly. It's all
slide that stuff in there too.
right. I just think it gives you credibility. It gives you trust. You know, we're always looking for the trust factor. And I always tell people, you know, people do business with people they know, like, and trust, but also remember. So how are they remembering us? Are they remembering us as throwing up about Mailbox Power all over them? Or are they remembering us as a resource? Hey, I remember when she said blank. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's important. And that's what's been working for me. And my YouTube channel has been really good too. So
Yeah.
Does somebody else, you know, you talked about direct mail, Teresa, and I know that I've been in the direct mail business for 40 years.
okay.
People think I've dropped probably over 1 billion pieces of direct mail for other people. I designed and and that was back in the day when it's 100,000, 150,000. The problem that I think right now, what we need to figure out is coming up with some kind of a term or something, because when you talk about direct mail, people think it's very difficult to go out and buy the cards. You got to do at least 1,000 pieces, that type of thing. And so does anybody have any ideas of, you know, something that we can utilize and talk to people about? Not, well, it's just not direct cards or something. I just think I'm looking for a term that is almost like an elevator speech.
Mike, what I say is we have direct mail marketing for any size business. And when you say for any size business, it kind of takes it out of their brain that they've got to have thousands or tens of thousands of pieces. I'm trying to remember. I just had it in my brain. Something else that I say. But I say it's for we have an account for everyone. And for everybody's budget. And I say, the other thing I say is most people, I'll get up in a commercial and I'll say, you know, most people won't even come talk to me because they think what I do is out of their budget. Trust me, it will surprise you if you will sit down and have a conversation with me, how affordable it can be for your business. So something like that, because you're right, Mike, most people, and I get this all the time. Oh, I'll sit down with somebody and they're like, oh, well, I haven't been sitting down with you because I figured I had to have $1,000 a month budget to do this. I'm like, no, that's the biggest misconception of Mailbox Power and what we offer businesses is it is good for all size businesses and all different budgets. Does that help, Mike?
Sure. I mean, yeah. Anybody else got any ideas? I'm open. I want this to I want to see if anybody else has got some brilliant idea I can steal.
Lulu.
I just say print on demand, direct mail marketing,
Mm-hmm.
no minimum required. And people are like, wait a minute, what? I can do direct mail with tracking and I don't have to mail 1,000 pieces or 10,000 pieces or whatever. I'm like, it's print on demand. You only send what you need to send.
I love that.
That was what I was going to say, is on demand and automated. You can
Oh,
do
yeah, I've
1 or you can
used
do 1,000.
I've used on demand and I've used automated, but I haven't used, what was the last part of that, Lulu?
No minimum
No
required.
minimum required. And, you know, especially when you're in a networking group with somebody who does promotional products, there are minimums.
Yeah.
And I'm in a networking group with somebody who is a promotional products person. So when I get up, I say, if you want to do the big runs, you need to do 100, 1,000. You're doing coffee mugs. You just want your logo on it. Go over here and talk to this person. If
Yep.
you're looking for that one-off personalized gift, or you have a very small run you want to do, Arlene doesn't want to deal with that. I'm glad to take those orders. That's what we specialize in.
Yep.
She doesn't. That's a headache for the promotional products person. If somebody will go up to a promotional products person, and most promotional products people will do it, they'll be like, ugh, and they'll be grunting the whole time because they really don't want to do the 20, 25, 50 order, because they make the same on that order as they do if you order 1,000 for the most part. It's not profitable for them.
No, and there's usually a
So-
setup fee and all that other
So
stuff.
partner with them.
Yep.
This is the intro to promotional products. We are an entry level / the advanced promotional products, in my opinion, but it can also be the entry level to promotional products. If people don't understand the personalization and the customization to make it all about the client, it can be the entry level promotional product. Any last minute thoughts? Because I see we're at the bottom of the hour and my grandkids are upstairs with Mike. That's why he's not here. Any last minute thoughts? We are only a few weeks away from Christmas. We are less than a month away from Christmas. And Hanukkah, I don't know the dates for Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all of that. They're coming up. I think, somebody told me it's either Kwanzaa or Hanukkah is really early this year.
Yeah,
I
it is.
mentioned last call or 2 calls ago, Hanukkah's like the 7th this
Hanukkah
year.
is like the 5th of December or something.
Yeah, it's really
right?
early.
So it's right around the corner. So make sure you're reaching out to those clients and wishing them whatever holiday is that they celebrate. Alan.
Hey, Brenda, thanks for the boot in the ass and the encouragement about it not being too late. I have a stack of the gifting guide that were far more reasonable to send in bulk than individually. So
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure to hand them out, and I'm also gonna make sure to do a couple of postcard campaigns to business owners in my database. I've got 1,000 names, and low-hanging fruit, people in crisis mode, we can help.
Yep.
Oh my God.
We can. And here's the key, Alan. And some of you may want to do this and some of you may not. And if you have a client that's in crisis mode and you don't want to do it, please reach out to Mike and I, because I have had lots of clients in crisis mode and they picked up the phone and they called me, or I met them out and they're like, but I don't want to do, like, can I just pay you to do it? How much would you charge to just do it? And I'm going to tell you on this call, the answer is it depends. Only because I have no idea how big their list is or how nasty the list looks, it might be a really easy thing and it won't be that big of a charge. And then there would be others that it's going to be a bigger charge, but it is extremely affordable. Every time I tell people what our price is, they're like, that's all. Because I want it to be affordable for people. I need to get paid for my time, but we are not outrageous. So if you have somebody that really wants to get it done and you do not want to help them or want to charge them to do it for them, because your time is worth money also, FYI, even if you just charge them an extra $25 or $50 to do it for them, your time is worthy of that. And I'm just going to put that out there right now, because some of you I know struggle, and it's okay to charge a little bit extra to do it for them. So
Brenda?
with that, yeah.
I was just going to mention to Mike and to Alan, if you send postcards this time of year, keep in mind that it may take 2 weeks to get there.
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you might want to reconsider postcards, or maybe the bigger ones would go faster. I don't know.
No, so I want you to all think about this. Now, the big postcards are the same price as a letter or an envelope, but there are a lot of those medium-sized postcards that are true bulk mail. And so they kind of get lumped in my opinion. The post office, what would be your priority? If you had 5 clients that came to you today and one of them was going to give you 500, one was going to give you 250, another was going to give you 100, one was going to give you 25, and the other was going to give you nothing. Who are you going to spend your time with?
Right.
It's no different with the post office. Let's be real. They've got packages that people have spent a lot of money for the shipping. That is their priority. So yes, that's why it takes cards and postcards a little bit longer this time of year. And that's why you want to get them out early. Alan, one last thing, and then we're going to wrap it up.
For the reminder about the business letter option too, because now you spend twice your money
Yep.
as you would by sending a free postcard, even a big postcard if you're an executive, and it's handled as quickly as possible in theory through the system, and it's a business offer.
Yep.
This isn't happy holidays or any of that. This is, hey, if you need help, I can help you.
Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly.
I like it. It's worth the investment.
You're welcome. Well, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and we will see you next Monday on the Mastermind call. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.